right, thank you for joining us this morning. It appears the sun is rising for PDP in some form. Hello, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How gentle are you this morning?
I see Peter is putting up the way forward. I showed you.
Okay.
Yes,
no, I don't have that too.
All right. So, Anyanwu withdrew his suit. Actually, of course, based on that, the judge struck it out after some argument from the counsels. Talking about them being awarded the cost, that this suit was not to be initiated in the first instance, but the judge still struck it out, but went ahead to say no, there's no need penalizing the plaintiff in this case. Now, but let's go to the political terrain now. Anyanwu has said, I'm no longer the national secretary of PDP willingly to the court, so there's nothing to appeal. It's not like he just lost. Now, but up to this morning, of course, maybe it's going to take some time. Up to this morning, INEC is still listing him as the National Secretary of PDP. So, how long will INEC go to list Anyanwu as the National Secretary of PDP for a man who has said, my tenure is up? And the court said, you're right, your tenure is up, and there is no case. Somebody can just say, oh, I'm no longer this, and you say you are this. So, what would this be for Turaki's led executive that was elected at Ibadan Convention?
Okay, I want to quickly bring an analogy that may look a little bit offensive, but it can go. I grew up in Benin, and I'm very associated with the Ogboni fraternity, and they have them as the Ogboni fraternity. So everybody comes in and join, educated and uneducated. But at a particular point in time, when they wanted to reform the fraternity, they now called it the Reformed Ogboni Fraternity. On the outside, it looks as if we are distinct now. We are not as crude as you are talking about the other one. But he said they just put Reformed and joined the other name with it. It's still the same. The outside may look the same, but the inside is the outside may look changed, but the inside is almost still the same. The same thing with what INEC is doing. INEC, most of the time, they try to make sure they try, even when they hear what is right. For example, now we have changed Mahmoud with the new guy. Now the new guy is saying, Amupita say we are towing a new path. This, that. The first thing Amupita came to tell us is that, beavers and IRES were not even supposed to be used for election. I mean, are you serious? the new English, are you kidding me? Really? You just got in. You knew what the policy and structure of INEC is supposed to be all together. Are you the same thing? For example, not the deviation. What's it called? Labour Party. Yeah. You said the one we recognize and you put on your portal is Abure. After a while, you are not telling Abure that you are not the substantial. So
and up to now, Abure is still
on the portal.
So for Nigerians who are the public, that should rely on INEC to get information. I'm looking at your website, or even on approaching you or writing you, Abure is still the one on register.
For example.
And I will now go to Labour Party to contest. And Abure will now submit list of people for election.
You will not
recognize it.
Oh, come on.
So where is INEC?
I've always told you. I said the silence of INEC in any matter.
Is it just silence or their actions too?
Yes, both silence and action.
Okay, let me come to you, Peter. I'll come back to you again. You appear to have so much on this INEC thing. Because INEC, they are the regulator of political parties. INEC is not a member of any political party. You need to go and see some of their cases, some of their appeals, you begin to wonder, do they have any interest in all these parties? The way they try to recognize and not recognize or whatever, where is INEC's position in ensuring something very, very vital that they must do? That opposition political parties are alive and they are able to submit the list of their candidates. This is democracy. What we operate is called representative democracy. It is not a direct democracy where everybody votes. So we vote, we elect those who are going to represent us. What must INEC do? This shutting down of political parties, not collecting the list of their candidates for election is actually illegal in its entirety. That is like playing into the one-party state that the ruling party is denying. How far has INEC become a tool in that? And should Nigerians call Amopito and his followers, or how do I call it, and his team to order?
First and foremost, he asked a question most Nigerians have the answer to. Is INEC independent? If you give me small time, let me take you through PDP issue. You understand how INEC is culpable. In 2023, Anyanwu went to run for governorship election in Imo State. He know by basic sense he should resign. Okay, let's give to him, he didn't resign, but PDP said he resigned. After the election, he came back. PDP said no, anointed another person as a secretary. He went to court. Okoye. He went to court. He lost. He appealed. He lost. Then the case got to Supreme Court. Supreme Court said court has no. He has no. Shouldn't meddle with the entire runnings of a party.
State of the party.
Court, they just follow me.
Yeah.
Court shouldn't meddle.
Yeah.
Okay, PDP have said you are no longer our secretary.
Why did INEC choose to
So he get to
continue to list? Yes.
So he said you are no longer the secretary of our party. So why would INEC keep him on the portal? This went on and on. Now he went back to court. And sometimes when we say that our court has gone like a playground where people could just go and play around, it's don't blame people. Why would this court entertain this? He went back to court. What was it demanding? He tried to force to help him enforce his right as PDP secretary. And this party have told you are no longer. And Supreme Court has said court has no business in meddling. Why do you even this court that now we're heading that struck out the case? They should have entertained the case in the first place.
Okay, let me come to you. Let me come to you. So oftentimes, what informs INEC decision and the side they choose to take. In this Anyanwu's case, yes, the case ran to Supreme Court. I was conversing with it too.
Yes.
They said, no, both the judgment of the High Court and the one of the Court of Appeal are null and void. Because court is not supposed to be involved in party administration. Now, as at that time, Damagu was the acting chairman. Why did INEC choose to retain Anyanwu instead of the Okoye, for example?
Yes. What
informed their decision on which side to take? Since even the court themselves said it has to come from the party. But that's one. Two, is Wike influence crumbling? Wike used to be expert in winning all the cases. Has the court said no? Because they say that monkey to jump.
Now, three
near three. It means that your case can be that bad, and when it's that bad, there's nothing we can do. Wike, this is seriously a judgment against Wike because Wike was anchoring on Anyanwu's secretaryship
to ride on whatever he wants
to do. Whatever he wanted
now,
to do.
Let me say this categorically. From the kind of person of Wike that we know today, we know that there is something he's cooking already. Whether you talk about Wike and Fubara, there's something he's cooking. Whether you talk about Wike and PDP, there's something cooking. There's also something cooking. And
even Wike and
Tinubu, there's something cooking. Now, Wike, from what we have seen him right now, is full of mischief. I'm not the one saying it. If the whole society feels it, they know it, they can see it.
He's not the only one that anointed the governor.
No, he's not. Everybody anointed. Every governor is anointed. No, tell me one governor that is not anointed. Tell me one governor that is not anointed. Tell me one minister that came from a state that is not recommended. Somebody anointed somebody to be wherever they are. In politics, that's how it is. Not only in Nigeria, all over the world, that's how it is. People, why do you have endorsement?
That's endorsement.
Do you understand? That's why do you have endorsement? But for you to now have a power over that person that you endorse, you could say, "Oh, I made the mistake."
Okay, go ahead.
Now, Wike, as we see him, to me, I know he has something on the fire cooking. Now, because I went to court by himself and say, "This events have overtaken this matter.
Exactly.
Let us throw it out.
Yeah.
Now, is it time for the what's it called, INEC, to now recognize, because it can be vacuum in power. There must be somebody that is there, and the party. You see, this party is an entity. This party is not controlled solely or holistically by INEC.
No, it's regulated.
Thank you. It's regulation. So, based on this regulation, INEC should go ahead. First of all, recognize Anyanwu and the new structure, the PDP, the Turaki-led executive, and I agree with everything that is there. I was thinking about it this morning. Okay, for Muslim opposition is not politics.
That's not what it is.
Preventing somebody.
No, imagine when we went for AFCON.
Yes.
We got into the pitch. We tell the opposition, don't play. Go outside. That's not soccer.
That's not soccer.
That's not soccer.
No soccer. Do you understand? You are not trying to break everybody's leg.
No.
That's why the referee is there to give you yellow card. Do you understand? There must be somebody that must use the power that
So what do you think is influencing INEC's choice of who to recognize? Is it really law? Is that if playing by the book, or like in this case now it's going to be very this case is going to be very challenging because Anyanwu has come to say I'm no longer the secretary. INEC cannot continue to keep him as secretary.
If INEC continue in these their whims and caprices, we can come out categorically and say that INEC is a department under APC.
Okay, let me come to you. Let's just say INEC is already on the corner. You know, they used to play the game easily when people are fighting. Now, people are no longer fighting. And I will say, I'm no longer the secretary. So if I say I'm no longer the secretary, you cannot say I'm the secretary. So who will INEC recognize? That's number one. Number two, should PDP find peace and a wholesome house under Turaki's leadership? Will people that have been jumping ship, that didn't have problems, people like Governor Eno, still serving? Let's leave issues of Okowa them that people are saying, because they have the FCC case and other. Let's leave those ones. Let's talk about people serving governors who are still serving, they have immunity. Like the Delta State Governor, Sheriff, serving and has immunity. You know, what they were citing was that, by the time we wanted to contest who will submit our name, blah, 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 blah. If PDP finds his house and could submit list of candidates to INEC successfully, are you going to find some regrets that people are going to leave the structures they had in PDP to go to APC, where they are still seen as strangers because the APC house was owned by people you came to meet them?
Yeah, but the way it's really far, cases, there are so many cases that have not been decided. So a lot of people that have jumped will still want to wait and see how it will play out. Remember what he said, I was about to say it before he called me up, that Anyanwu withdrew this case. Don't take their camp for a ride. I won't be surprised they will still in that case tomorrow. They've withdrawn it for something else. And again, when we talk about INEC here, we cannot but see the handwriting on the wall that they are playing a script. And that script is what is destroying our democracy. You cannot cage everyone. You cannot force everyone to join, you can't turn Nigeria to a one-party state, which is what the actions and inactions are turning Nigeria into. Anyanwu case is still very far from it. Remember, some chairmen went to court to go and challenge that convention, and
even Lamido.
So until those cases are resolved, most people will still keep jumping from PDP to other parties because they want to contest in this election and being what those are caught for what they are. Until they decide this case,
okay, let me put it this way. Okay, let me come to you for that.
Yeah.
Okay, if because cases are in court,
yes,
does it render any organization
not
inactive? Inactive?
No.
Many banks are in court. Police, in short, if you go and see police, many cases today against the police is still doing their job.
Normal.
That anybody has taken PDP to the court, or SDP to the court, or Labour Party to the court, one member should not be a reason why they should not function. Who will teach INEC that a political party is an organization that should be able to do what it is registered to do at all times? That a member had taken a case to court or wants to take a case to court or should actually go to court should not prevent any political party from being able to submit the list of their candidates.
Now, you see, when he was saying that, determinant of an institution is not as a result of the grievances of members. Never. As we are on this earth, everybody is different. People are aggrieved over nothing, and you cannot say they should not be aggrieved. And their spirit is troubled,
and the right places for them to go to is court.
So when the court, until the court judge, that institution still remain that institution.
Exactly.
You see, we should not forget. I think it was the word of Odige Oyegu, former Edo State governor, former APC national chairman. He said, "Look, we are sitting on a keg of gunpowder." He said, "If we don't stop most of these things that we are doing," he said, "a lot of things may just go wrong." Now, what the PDP not even the PDP, the INEC and the court ought to do. The body has said that, for example, before I even say that, why did Lamido go to court? Lamido went to court because he said he was deprived of purchasing the form. It's very simple. Forms stopped selling on Friday. You came on Monday. Are we vagabonds?
Even JAMB have the closing date for their form. Why has closing date for their form?
Even INEC has closing date for their form that they do.
So let me just pick this from you before we go. Do you think the ruling party is going to be under pressure from all corners, international bodies, everywhere, to ensure that opposition survives? Otherwise, the consequences of not allowing opposition parties submit the list of their candidates can lead us to hell.
I think should they be under pressure? It depends on what they then pressure. To them, they are playing politics. It's all about politics.
No, come on.
Let me finish. Now, some parties that went to court, they challenge that these some states have not done the congresses before the national convention. So those states congresses.
What we are saying that the parties should be able to submit the list of their candidates.
I'm not holding brief for INEC. They're hiding under those umbrellas.
All right, let me tell you.
I wanted to say something.
Yeah.
He said, because we saw some results from Trump's tagging Nigeria as a country of particular concern. Until there's already a 1 year also from the people they listen to that this election must hold and that opposition should not be gagged, maybe they will not sit up.
All right, Nigeria, a country of particular concern, INEC may be a electoral body of particular concern. But we hope this 2027, all other opposition candidates, parties should be able to submit the list of their candidates. That's democracy. Preventing them from being able to do that, and you call it political game, is not democracy. It could lead us to anarchy.